Kwa majina is Margaret Waidhaka. I am the project coordinator of Career Guidance Institute. Career Guidance Institute is the implementing partner of International Labour Organization. International Labour Organization is the UN agency for the world of work. And what is bringing to you is Rural Employment Services. The program Rural Employment Services is brought to you by ILO and under the Prospects program, which is the funding agency of this program. And we are implementing this with the National Employment Authority. And the purpose of Rural Employment Services, I just want to say that this is the first time that it is the Rural Employment Services is being brought to you, and it's coming for the purpose of matching job seekers with employers. What it's doing is that it's bringing together job seekers under one roof and employers under one roof, so that you're able to find out what are the areas of convergence. What are the areas of convergence? So what is Rural Employment Services? Rural Employment Services are initiatives or programs that are designed to create opportunities, to create and promote employment in any region. What it does is that for employment is that employers are able to be given the opportunities to know that they are able, they can link or they can get talent within that. What REST does, or what we call the Rural Employment Services, is that it offers programs that are unique to the region. What are these things that are very unique in the region? Where should most of the employment go to? For example, in Garissa, we have found out that the livestock and agricultural industry is booming, that we can actually create a lot of opportunities with them. And the reason that we are looking, and the labor market is supposed to be looking, or it's looking at what are the areas that we can take advantage of. So the purpose of this is that so that we are able to come together together with, say, the government, the county government. We want to have discussions, or we've already had discussions with the county government, with training institutions, with CBOs, with NGOs, with training institutions, and to find out the challenges that we have. And these challenges, who are the job seekers? Where do we find them? And how are they able to work together so that they can transition into the world of work? What the functions of Rural Employment Services is that, one, it is able to match job seekers with employers. It's supposed to offer, you find out like what are the areas you've been trained in and where can you go. If you are not able, if you've not trained, we are looking at other areas like apprenticeship. So for example, you've been a mason or you've been a carpenter, you've done this all your life and you're very good in this, but you have no papers. You have cooked all your life, but you have no papers. You can bake bread. So that means that if you go to the supermarket, you may not get a job. So Rural Employment Services is giving a chance for training and upskilling so that you can have what we call recognition of prior learning. That working with NITA, you're able to come up with a certification process for these persons. So we have a job matching for those ones who are in employment. We have training and upskilling for those ones who are looking to go up the ladder, or the people who are good in their work but they have no certification, or we are able to refer them to the training institutions where they can get, and even to that. The other key aspect of Rural Employment Services is career guidance and counseling. Every human being is unique, is wired differently, and has something to offer the world. So Rural Employment Services is coming up with tools so that you are able to find out what is most important, what is this uniqueness that you have, how are you wired, and so that means that where can you, what is it that you can do better. So we give career guidance for those ones who are out of schools, those ones who are also in colleges, and that is why we are having a training so that the ambassador program that we've created, or the persons who work with young people, are able to be upskilled and given these tools. Then they are able to give career guidance as well. Fourthly, the other function for it is also for labor market information. ILO is very big when it comes to labor market information, and we are looking at the research and finding out in Garissa, and the labor market is already there, and it was presented to the stakeholders in the stakeholder forum that we had, and we are looking at the areas that have most opportunities, the ones that have the best opportunities, and the ones that do not have, and why, and how that you can grow different markets. So one of the areas of one of the functions of rural employment services is to look at the labor market and finding out and analyzing, so that that what we get, we can analyze, and we are able to find out what areas we can actually refer the job seekers. Unemployment has been an issue in our country. It's been an issue, I'm sure, in this county, and the reason we are partnered with National Employment Authority because they have a platform where job seekers can register, where employers can register. They can also place their adverts there, and then we can do a job matching. So I can do the job matching and find out what is good, which the jobs will be received also from locally within Garissa. There will be jobs in the country, and then there will be jobs abroad. So rural employment services, we are looking at least a minimum of 2,500 and finding out the job seekers that are there. We want to get that data so that you are able to know how many job seekers are they skilled, what kind of skills do they have, where is it that they can go, and then the employers. The market may be smaller in this, but we know that how can we activate this market so that more and more young people may actually get employment, they may get jobs. And we are not just looking at jobs only, we are also looking at business. Career guidance will be able to find out those ones who are more business oriented. I'm very sure that a lot of people here want to do business, and then we want to know that when we find out that that is an area that you have interest in, how can we help you so that you can get funding? What kind of referrals that can we give you? What kind of training can also rural employment give? And this is done together with the partners or the stakeholders that we have come together. So we have rural employment services cannot do this on its own. It's working very closely with the county government, working very closely with training institutions, working very closely with CBOs, NGOs, and all the other organizations that are working in the sector, so that we can activate the market and we create more jobs, and most of all, to give linkages. The benefits of rural employment services, as I say, this is the first time that it is here. It is one is that it is tripartite. One, there will be career guidance, which is very unique for every person. For government as well, for jobs, for job seekers, they are able to be given that opportunity so that they are able to transition into the market. For employers, they'll be able to harness talent. What talent am I looking for? What talent am I looking for? Do I have it in the market? Yes, but it's because many job seekers do not know how to brand themselves properly, and that's the reason why we have 25 persons who are seated in a training room to be taught how to help job seekers to create CVs, to do career guidance for them, to brand themselves, to market themselves, so that they become marketable to the employers. And of course, for the government, there will be economic revival, there will be economic growth, because many people will be employed. More and more people are going to be employed. These programs is done in Garissa and in Dadaab. We have partners that we are working with, both in Garissa town and then in Dadaab as well. In Garissa, we are working with the offices of the National Employment Offices, and then we are also working with RLDO. RLDO has offices in Garissa and also in Dadaab. So we are working with them. In Dadaab, we have partners that we have come up with, or the ones that we are working with, in the camps, in Hagadera, in Ifo, in Dagahale, and then we also have partners in Dadaab itself. That is where now RLDO will work. And then of course we'll work also with all the stakeholders, with all the partners that we are working with, and the rest ambassadors, the ones who are going to be trained, so that this can become a reality. After, how ILO works is that it has a timeline in every program. But we partner, or ILO partners, with organizations for sustainability. Many will ask, what happens after we leave? Really, rest will not leave, because it will be carried forward by the National Employment Authority, who have offices here. And we are implementing this program together.